Yo. Welcome to another episode of Speak On It. I'm your host, the one and only Mike Sean. On the main line, tell him what you want. I got Mr. Reggie Fresh today. Let's talk about some gun violence. Reggie, what is your take on the gun violence that plagues America and the world today?
Man, it's horrible out here. First of all, the guns got here through the manufacturers, and people are putting the guns out on the street. And then it's people that's killing other people. So my thing is, man, they need to crack down on these laws because too many people get access to the gun. You should have to go through a whole lot of stuff to get a gun, number one. You know, but even if they did that and they still got the gun, they're still going to keep the crime rate going. So what they need to do is the real deal, people, is they need to make it mandatory that you put $1 million policies on everybody in the world. Need $1 million policy. That'll stop it because you know why, Brother Mike? The thing is, man, you got to have insurance on your house, mandatory. You got to have insurance on your car, mandatory. And you mean to tell me it ain't mandatory to have insurance on a gun? I mean, a policy on a person's life? So what people are really telling me, houses and cars is more important. But I got news for you. If it was up to me, if I was the president, first of all, I'll paint the White House black. First of all. I mean, it's called the White House. Like, what's the difference? I'm not being president. I'm just saying the White House will be black. Okay? Being white all them years, there's going to be black. But what I'm saying is, Mike, you will have every American is mandatory or you're going to go to jail. You got so many months. You better have $1 million policy. I don't care what you do, how you work or whatever, unless you're disabled or something like that. You need, and that's going to be automatic for you. But you need to have $1 million policy on you. So that way, when somebody gets killed, the insurance got to kick out that money. They'll change the rules. It'll be a lot of changes. What you think about that, Brother Mike?
So I don't know who's going to be able to pass that across the board. I think you'll have issues with certain states. They're like, hell no, we're not doing that. And the argument could be that, okay, what about all the illegal guns out there?
Well, it don't matter. The bottom line is it don't matter. If you're getting killed anyway, whether it's ran over by a car accident, you die, I think everybody should have $1 million policy just as a whole. Because that way, I'm sick and tired of people getting killed. They don't have no insurance. Yeah. They can't bury their people having GoFundMe and all that. It's ridiculous. But when you got $1 million policy, that's enough to bury somebody. It's enough to keep the crime rate down and money for the family, for the person who had died.
So, I definitely agree that somebody or everybody should have a policy, an insurance policy on themselves, because you're right. You know, you have situations where mothers are burying their sons.
Don't make sense.
They can't afford the funeral yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Those organs are worth $35,000.
That's what I'm trying to say, man.
So let me ask you this: who pays for the policies?
No, it don't matter. You pay for it. I mean, it's mandatory. So in other words, it's like this. You need to pay at least half of the policy, and then they max it. Or you got to pay the whole thing. I mean, it's just mandatory. It's the same as a car.
But
if you got car insurance, they making you have, if you got a brand new car, your car insurance is high. It don't matter. You got to find a way to pay the insurance because you got to have it, right? So it ain't no different than having a policy, a life policy, $1 million policy to make these insurance pay all the money they sucking up and to save these people from having to go get money to bury their person that's already bad. But it's going to keep the crime rate down.
So, and I know you understand this too. Insurance policies, some may think that they're expensive and some may think that they're reasonably priced, right? But a lot of that determines on how you keep up with your body. Like if you're a sickly person, $1 million insurance policy is going to be pretty expensive versus a person who is who is in shape and younger and doesn't have any pre-existing conditions.
Right.
So I think we have to take that in consideration before we mandate.
You're right. You're true. Well, you can just say, okay, if you 60 and up, then you don't have to have $1 million policy. But you know what I'm saying? But see, I'm targeting the young people really, because the older people it ain't really bothering them, even though they could be the victim. They get killed by guns. But it's just this young generation. They think it's a daggone game. They're out here playing and shooting. You don't get no life back, people.
Mm-hmm.
When you kill somebody, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like you can start the game and PlayStation over when you get killed when you play a game.
So what do you say to those who believe that due to the Second Amendment in the Constitution, I have the right to own a gun?
Bear arms.
I have a right to bear arms, right?
Right.
Why should I shell out more money for an insurance policy? Why? Well, so especially if I already have an insurance policy, why I got to put another $1 million policy on myself or my kids or my wife?
Well, check this out. Cause see, you say that now, but if it happened to you, you'll flip the script. If somebody shoots your people, somebody in your family, now you'll change it up.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you were wondering why this joker shot my son. He ain't had no insurance that shot my son. He in jail, my son is dead. And everybody still buying guns and killing because ain't no repercussion.
But what if I told
need you to get 20 years automatic if it ain't self-defense? I need you to go to jail. You're either going to go to jail for 20 years, death penalty, period, if you in the wrong, if it ain't self-defense.
But what if I told you that less than 1% of the population is going to die by gun violence?
Well, then we ain't got that problem then. But see, the problem we have is gun violence. A lot of shooting going on around
here. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And something needs to be done. People brush it under they brush it under the rug. What I hate about Americans, the politicians, they don't do nothing until it hits them or it gets bad and they want to address it when they should have been doing it at first.
True. I agree.
On the army post. You just can go through the army post like it ain't that.
Yeah.
But now, when somebody do something, they crack down when they should have been doing it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take no rocket science to already have that established before you even do it.
Yeah.
Why wait till somebody get killed to do it? That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, I remember years ago, before September 11th, Redstone Arsenal, you really didn't need much of anything to walk through the gate. I had friends who stayed.
And that's the government property. Somebody can come and blow the place up.
I do recall. I had friends when I went to Westlawn Middle School. They lived across the street, and they would go to Burger King, like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah. I do understand where you're coming from as far as insurance policy. I think that's going to be
it's going to be
that's a tough one because we can't even mandate insurance properly. So let alone if you have a family of 5, having $1 million insurance policy on everybody.
Well, I'm just speculating far as just an example. It could be a group plane. I'm just saying they need this mandatory. It need to be mandatory, and the law need to crack down.
Mm-hmm.
You either have a $500,000 policy, $1 million, a big policy where it can afford the funeral, and then you need to put that big penalty on the person who killed the person. 20 years death penalty. That way, I'm saying, you're gonna die. You didn't think about that when you pulled the trigger. I don't care if you was drunk. I don't care if you was high, and you did it. You're gonna get the electric chair, or you're gonna do 20 years off the top. Ain't no probation and you do good. No. 20 years, death penalty. Whatever they decide, depending on how bad the crime was.
Yeah.
And then another thing, the way the states run, all states should be equal. So If we supposed to be 50 states united, we stay in, that's a bunch of garbage. All the laws should be the same. You're not going to tell me if a person kills somebody in Kentucky, they do 10 years, and then kill somebody in Colorado, they do 5. I ain't buying it.
Yeah.
The law is the law.
Yeah.
And you good old boys, you police officers, y'all need to get y'all stuff together too. See what y'all want to do, you want to pull people over that you want to pull over, but when it comes to a real high-tech crime, you're scared. You're eating donuts in the coffee shop. I need the police to be like the military. If you substandard, you out of shape, you don't need to be no police officer. I got a problem with that. I'm tired of looking at these big fat police officers with their stomach out. Who they gonna catch? That's why they want to shoot people.
Oh, man.
We need to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do it right or don't do it.
Yeah. So you're saying
You ever seen a police officer and then these old officers,
yeah.
70 years old, you don't have a heart attack chasing somebody. You don't need to be no damn police.
Oh man. So you believe that some of these officers are so lazy that they would rather pull out a gun and shoot somebody.
Riding out the gas, pulling up who they want to pull over.
Yeah.
Running tags when ain't nobody doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care if a person has a warrant on them. If you ain't got no reason to run no tag on it, you don't do
it. Yeah. I mean,
because you gotta have a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible, man. The law and it's weed stuff I'm pissed off about. I ain't never smoked weed in my life. But what I am gonna say, how you gonna lock up all these people, mainly black, up for weed years ago? Now you want to make it legal. Throw a little medical term on it. Now it's legal. A bunch of crap.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't like that. Let's talk about the gambling situation, the liquor license.
Yeah.
All white people got all that. Black people don't. Not being prejudiced, I'm telling the truth. Got white people in my family. I'm just saying, who dictates liquor license and gambling license? That's where the money's at. You can just have a building and can sell liquor, you're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Everybody drink.
Yeah.
And everybody gamble.
Yeah.
But guess what? The black people ain't got no license.
No, I mean, I mean, there are quite a few black folks who got.
People that got license, but I'm just saying that ain't no whole lot.
I mean, you go to Atlanta.
Pretty clubs there. Yeah, sprinkle. That's just like Devin Keith. We got to get on him too. Hey, I'm punching everything.
Hey. Well, there you have it, folks. The Rocket. We're gonna save that. There you have it, folks. The Rocket City Network. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we out. Yeah.